And then oops. Hello, everybody. Oh, you're just going to pull up the chat. There we go. AFC, hey, flight attendant Jables. Hey, Rob. No problem. So, Reef Jeeves, you have a new project on the go?
Oh, yeah. Starting to come along. It's a 5-gallon Evo, Fluval Evo.
And that has LED stock light. Hey,
Yep.
Pat.
LED stock light. It's a little 12K light. All built-in filtration.
Yep.
So it's just going to be, I'm going to take my softies out of my 40 breeder and put them in there, my few Zoas and my big toadstool. So that way it'll just be LPS and SPS in my 40. And
Mm-hmm.
and then I'll put, I don't know, 1 or 2 small fish in it.
Yeah. What, like some gobies, or what are you thinking?
Yeah, either a pair of gobies, or maybe one of the little miniature gobies that I normally wouldn't put in a 40.
Yeah.
Like a Tangaroa goby. There's a couple other little small ones, or maybe one of the little nano blennies.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then I may move my pink streak grass out of my 40 breeder because he is so small and stays small. And put a Millinaris in the 40. Or a Hovens
Okay.
or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Just get some action, because gobies don't swim around too much. They kind of just
Right.
park
Hang
themselves
out.
for the most part. Yeah. Yeah. Unless you did no, even the firefish don't swim around too much. They just kind of, they only come out for food, really.
Yeah. So definitely know the corals that are going in there to start. I haven't decided on the fish livestock yet. I've been thinking about picking up a little damsel.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe one of the domino damsels. I saw my LFS has some of them for whatever, $8. And not using him to technically cycle, but using him to cycle it. I
Yeah.
mean, I'm going to let the tank cycle on its own, but then use him to kind of further it along once it is stable to get a little more stability in there before I start putting things like my pink streak wrasse, which are harder to find.
Yeah. They are. Yeah.
Hovens, Mellinaris, and Vrolic are not the same, but they're very similar. It's like the difference between a domino damsel and a 3-bar damsel and a whatever. They're just different variations. They all look almost the same, though. There are some minor differences. There's 3 or 4 of them that are all the same.
They get to be the same size too, though. Pretty
Yes,
much.
that's what.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're all the same size. Uh, same requirements, same tank size. I mean, I know that a 40 breeder is technically on the just below the small side of what they need, but I don't have many fish in it, and it's fairly open scape, so they have a lot of room to swim in the 40.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, Eddie. You're welcome here, though. Anybody want to join in? There's some links up at the top of the chat there.
So yeah, Murphy, you're right. The Hovens and the Millinaris are different names for the same one. And then there is a Vrolix wrasse, which looks almost identical. I'm looking for them here. There's a couple other ones that are almost identical. Even in coloration, they just have different names.
So how you all doing today?
Good. Pardon me. How are you?
Be better if my computer wasn't acting up.
Yeah. It happens. It's probably not a Mac.
Well, it does happen, especially when you got a gaming PC that you use for everything else.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nobody wants to come to K-Town's streams anyways. He's much better at it than I am.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I wouldn't go that far.
Oh, you're much better at it than I am. So, my old lady has agreed to let me set up the tank.
She has agreed?
Yes. But there are conditions.
What are they?
Well, one is I've got to, let's see, tear out the carpet in the living room, paint the wall, redo the hardwood that's underneath the floor, underneath the carpet.
Okay.
So there's a lot to do. That's just one condition. The second condition is it's going to be fresh water.
Okay. No, it's a tank.
Yes, it's a tank.
It's a start. You can always go. You can always switch it later.
Oh yeah, that's what I plan on doing.
Yeah. Yeah, I got 3 freshwater tanks here. I like them.
Yeah.
My wife would murder me if I had as many tanks as you do.
She wanted me to set up a 10-gallon tank.
10-gallon, yeah.
Hold on a second.
Good night.
Good night. Well, behave yourself. Good night. Sleep tight. I inadvertently kicked myself out.
He did. It's all right.
Just more frag plugs. Yeah, just got my freaking new aquarium box, and I was gonna do a live stream on that.
Oh, is that what? Oh, I thought the name of it was. What did you name the live stream though?
I was gonna be. Yeah, I was originally gonna put it as my aquarium box, and I decided to put it to Hallow.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I didn't understand what that was. I thought maybe it was one of your gaming things.
No, that's Sundays.
Oh, okay.
If I can ever get the group together.
Yeah.
Here.
The Gamers Lament.
What's going on, Koreatown?
Oh, so I guess you don't need me to send you this link.
No, the one that
Okay.
Lisa dropped worked. The one
Perfect.
that Lisa dropped worked.
It always does.
Yeah, man.
Okay, perfect.
Whose Nemtech is that? Yours?
Yeah, it's mine.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah. Finally got the two nems on the left that were on a rock off the rock. I had to bust the rock up though, but
Oh man, dude, I just lost another acro colony today.
not really.
Yeah, I have no idea what's going on with the tank.
It sucks.
Yeah, you know what it is? I think it's the season. The fact that the seasons change and we pretty much like the house is on lockdown. Like the windows aren't open and everybody's like still using their cologne and like spraying this, spraying that. You know, it's just like
and everything's shut down. Yeah.
yeah. So
Closed
I just think my corals are just so used to like fresh air. You know.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Well, I got to find out if the reefer across the street wants some freaking mangrove pods.
oh, mangroves.
Well, you have some?
Yeah,
you
in
do.
my box.
Oh, really? In that my aquarium box?
Yeah. She's got two tanks set up, and she's setting up a frag system. So I, don't want those things rotting, so I might as well
No, that's for sure.
use them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, put a grow bulb on them.
Yeah.
Wait, why do I hear Pat?
No, that was Jeeves.
Oh, it sounds like Pat.
Yeah.
I don't know if I should take that as a compliment or be offended.
No.
Yeah.
No, Pat has a sexy voice.
Yeah. So,
Unlucky Eddie. I've never seen you before. Unlucky Eddie. How's it going?
you've never seen me before?
Nah, I've probably just been too busy to see you. I haven't been a part of this for consistently for a while.
Yeah, he's on the streams once in a while.
Yeah. Probably don't know who I am. I'm the softy racist. Yeah, I'm anti softies. I think they all should go in the garbage.
Although they'd be the only ones living in your tank soon.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. Dude,
Yeah.
like honestly, I'm never putting pallies in my tank again. Like, so I have I think it's a Millie. It hasn't been the same since I got it, and the bottom started STNing, and I'm just like, yo, what the hell is going on with my tank? So I have a bunch of pallies that grew onto the frag rack. There was like one polyp on one of the frags, and it took over the whole frag rack. So it's stinging the hell out of this SPS. And I'm like, dude, I didn't know pallies could sting SPS. I didn't know zoas could sting SPS. But well, the pallies, I guess they can. So so it's like stinging the hell out of the SPS, and like they're on the same frag disc. So it's like pissing me off. I'm like, ugh.
Do they? From what I understand, they don't actually sting them. They just release coral warfare, and because it's in close proximity, it melts them.
Oh, okay, that's probably what it is. Because it's I mean, it's the frag. I mean, the colony is still perfectly fine. It's just like the bottom like two branches just melted away, and I'm like, eh. You know, I'm just having anxiety because I'm just losing colony. Like I've lost 3 colonies so far. You know.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a big deal. You don't notice it in my tank, but it's just kind of annoying because I grew them. I pretty much grew them out. So
you don't have one softie in your tank that's strictly
I
SPS?
have one softie. I don't even know what it's called. I think it's green. It has like a long stalk, but it has like branches like a I don't even know what the hell it is. Maybe a Cinelara.
No.
Cinelara is green.
Yeah, okay,
Singularia
yeah.
finger leather.
Sinularia, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. I like it's off in the corner. It gets stung all the time by the zoas. I mean by the pallies. The pallies like tear like you could see like scar tissue on it. It's like black scar tissue. So I mean I could care less about it. I put it in my tank because I got it for free, and I was just like, oh, let me try a softie, you know. But
Yeah.
I can't even pull it out. I have to move so much rock to pull that thing out. So I just like let it be. It's nice. It's a really nice addition. It adds contrast to the tank.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but I mean, other than that, all the other softies are zoas.
Yeah.
And a few mushrooms. That's it. But man, I'm just having a really hard time with like keeping things consistent with working. Like I do like sometimes freaking 60-hour weeks. You know, it's just like I'll go like 2 days. Like I come home, my ATO is on an alarm, and it's alarming that hey, I ran out of water, and I unplug it and I go to sleep, and I wake up 6 hours later and like bringing the little guy to school, and like like so for like 2-3 days like there's like no ATO, and then the return pump starts pulling air and you see foam in the tank, and then I'll fill it up and right before I go to sleep, and I don't even fill up 5 gallons, you know what I mean, because like I don't have that much time.
Yeah.
And I just like pour it on, and it's just like so much. It's just honestly like it just feels like a chore now. Like it just freaking feels overwhelming.
Yeah. So you went from cruise control to now having to push on the gas.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like I'm pushing on the brakes right now. I'm like
Yeah.
constantly like pumping the brakes, like
Yeah.
you know. So it's just like I don't know. Like I've thought about like getting rid of the tank so much times, and I'm just like 5 years ago I got rid of the tank because of the same issue. You know, I just got really busy, and I'm just like I'm not giving up on this thing.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like in the process of like we're house shopping right now, and if we finally find something that we like, I'm just gonna put like a 150, in the basement, and just like I don't know. I know for a fact it'll be easier because there'll be less swings, but it's just like
Yeah. It'll come around though.
yeah. I just need my schedule to slow down. Like, I really do. I really need my schedule to slow down. I haven't. When I come home, when I wake up and leave to work, my lights are off. When I come home, my lights are off. And I run, I think, a 13 or 14 hour cycle, and I don't see it at all. I think my tank has like an hour left. I came home a little bit early today. I think my tank has like an hour left before the lights shut off because they come on pretty early.
Yeah.
I mean, it's with daylight saving time. It's from I think 8 to 10.
Yeah.
So 14 hours, and I don't get to see it.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
not ideal. So just change your light setting, like your time.
Yeah, I'm. It's not even the time. It's like come home, I go straight to sleep. Like like right now, I'm waiting for somebody to bring me some food so I could eat and go to sleep. Like that's the only reason I'm up right
Yeah.
now. It's just like it's ridiculous. Like I wish I had like full Apex like that Trident to test for me. Like I need all the help I can get right now.
I'm beyond help.
Yeah, but yeah, yo Eddie, what are you doing with that skimmer in the back?
Well, I'm gonna keep everything. I'm keeping everything. I'm gonna eventually set up a tank.
Wait, you don't have a tank?
My tank is not yet set up.
Oh man, congrats!
And I've gotten permission to set up a tank, just
How
not the
big?
tank.
How big does the wife let you?
75.
How big is she letting you go?
She's barely letting me go 75.
75 gallons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. What I say is go 150 and tell her it's a 75.
He's already got it. He's already got it
Tank's
sitting there.
right over.
She won't. She won't know. Oh, it's already
She
there.
Yeah.
She will know.
She's gonna come out with a tape measure. She'll be like, "Hey, Google said 75 is 30 42 by whatever." Oh man, nah, that's all. That's awesome. But I mean, a 75. Go with 120. Or you wait. You already have the 75.
Yeah, I already have the 75.
Oh, okay, okay. I mean, 75s are nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna have fun.
I've been buying this stuff for a long time, and I got it. One of the first things I bought was the 75-gallon tank,
Yeah,
and I haven't been able to set it up because living in apartments was terrible. Now we own a house.
yeah. Are you setting it up in the basement?
No, it'll be in the living room. It was originally going to be in my office,
Oh, okay.
but
You what kind of floors you got?
hardwood.
Oh, okay, okay. That's
Yeah,
that. That's the
I got a
only reason
crawl space underneath
you
the
have
house.
what?
I just have a crawl space underneath the house.
Oh, okay. You're good then. You're good. Yeah. So it's probably like concrete on there underneath the hardwood, right?
No,
No.
the house is,
You'll still be good, man. You'll still be good. That's my biggest fear about going to a 150 is I know I'm probably gonna have to set up in the basement because in New York a lot of the like single family kind of homes it's like really shit wood and it'll bow and like I'm just always scared of like my tank just going right through the floor.
yeah.
so
Oh, trust me. If I could get the tank I wanted,
hmm
it's at 150.
Well, what kind? Like a water box or a Red Sea 525?
Um, believe it or not, um, hold on a second. Well, lady's texting me. Um, it's just a Aquaman 150.
I didn't even know they made that.
Yeah.
That's cool. What is
It,
that? Is it a 5 foot long or 4 foot long, but just really tall?
it's a deep.
Oh, okay, it's a deep. Okay, good, good. I hate the talls. Um, I never understand why people get the 150 talls. The ones that are like I think they're like what 3 feet tall. 3 feet tall, K-Town. Like
Yeah.
the one that Inappropriate has. It's like 3 feet tall.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah.
You know?
Pardon me.
I like it for the added, because you could definitely get more obviously depth. It's
Yeah.
not too narrow. It's you could add various different tiers of in your rock structure.
Yeah. No, the depth definitely helps. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
as long as they don't put a plating coral too far up on the thing.
Nah, man. Keep those plating corals low. Like seriously, keep them low. Like probably like 3 inches off the sand bed. You'll be happy. It adds. I don't know. From like a top down, they look really cool. They don't block anything. And
Yeah.
you don't want anything plating high. You know, unless it's like against a back glass, plating over like an empty spot, behind the rocks. You don't want anything plating high.
No.
But welcome to the hobby, man. There's gonna be a point where you experience like me, you start bragging, cruise control, and then you're like kicking yourself in the head because like shit is dying. But it's all fun and games, man. Never
Well,
never never take this thing too seriously.
I would definitely start off with a softy tank.
No, don't do it. Don't. I'm telling you, don't. I mean, unless you want a softy tank,
Well, I do
then
like
go for it. Huh?
I do want a Zoa garden.
Yeah, no, I mean, Zoas aren't softies to me. They're Zoas. Like, I mean, they're like, I don't know, they're like chocolate. It's not candy.
But yeah,
It's
I
chocolate.
definitely don't, don't want zinnias, but I also kind of like the GSP. I know it's
Yeah,
a
no, yeah. So here's my thing. Like GSP and Zoas are not softies to me. It's kind of like chocolate and candy. Like chocolate to me isn't candy. It's just chocolate.
yeah.
And then like GSP is like grass. Like to me, it's like reef grass. Like you know what I mean? It's just like it's just kind of there. It's like a lawn. But no, those are perfectly fine.
Yeah.
It's perfectly fine. And like I like the fact that when you put GSP in different spots, they look completely different. Like I have GSP that gets blasted by my power head, and it's long. And then I have GSP on my return nozzles. Like literally, like, I glued a piece like on my return nozzles, and like they're really short, and it's the same exact GSP. So it's just like, don't get gimmicked into like, oh, these long GSPs. That's just like they change based on like flow patterns and stuff like that too.
Yeah.
You know?
Now, I don't know what my neighbor across the street. She's got a beautiful reef tank going.
Mhm.
Actually, and I don't know exactly what the classification of it is. I haven't really looked it up, but a Galaxia.
Oh, don't get that.
Don't.
No, that thing will sting. Galaxy is like
Galaxies, yeah.
Hollywood stunner, man. It's like that thing will kill anything near it.
Yeah, it's an LPS and it can nuke anything.
It'll kill
How far away?
anything it touches.
Six
Like
to
I think it has
six to
like
8 inches.
wait, it's 6 to 8. I thought it was 3 inches.
No, they can throw longer. I've seen them throw almost
Jesus.
6 inch sweepers at the LFS.
Oh my gosh.
When I bought mine, he had 4 frags side by side, and one of them had nuked uh, Acan colony like 4 or 5 inches away from it.
Yeah, no, they're serious. They're beautiful. They are so beautiful.
Hi, Dave.
But wait, Jeeves, can they grow in the back glass like GSP does?
I believe they can.
So you could
I
probably
don't know
put it on
for
the back.
sure.
You could probably put on the back glass and control the sweepers with flow. Like just
I
have
see.
flow blasting at
Mine
it.
doesn't even throw sweepers.
Oh, you're lucky.
That's why I picked it. They had 4 frags of Galaxia, different colors.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I like, or 2 different colors. I like this color, and I watched them, and one of them, 3 of the frags had sweepers out, and the one I picked didn't have any sweepers out. I've seen it throw a couple little short sweepers, an inch or two one time.
Yeah. So what's called is the which one did you get? You got the yellow orangey one or
No, it's like the blue, green, and purple.
the blue, green, and purple? Gotcha.
It's got a couple little barnacles that live in it.
Nice.
So you can watch them put their little fan combs up, and they'll grab food out of the water.
Yeah. No, the Galaxias are nice, but I mean, Eddie, like the thing about it is like a lot of the cheap, nice corals, you end up hating them because like you go through this like progression in the hobby, like especially as a newbie, like I did, like you'll get stuff like Captain Jerk Pallies or Green Pallies, and then you're like, oh, I'm gonna make a like a nice little Zoa garden, and then they outpace everything. Like they'll just seriously outpace everything, and it's just kind of like then you're just like looking at it like I hate this, like even though it looks great, you're just kind of like wishing something else was more dominant. You know what I mean?
I wasn't planning on getting any pallies. Just straight,
Yeah.
zoanthids.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that the GF, like I said, I know GSP, grows like a weed.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, yeah, just slap it on the back glass, to be honest. Yeah. If you slap it on the back glass or rock by itself, it'll be fine.
Oh.
It'll be easy to manage as long as it's not like on a on a main structure, it's easy to manage when it's like isolated. Like mine is on the. Hold on, let me see if I can show you. I don't know if my lights are still on.
So I've got a hermit crab climbing on my green digi, like a monkey. And there's another hermit crab hanging on him, climbing him up the digi.
More fun than a barrel of monkeys.
That's what it looks like.
All right.
All right, Eddie, can you see my GSP?
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah. So that's on the overflow. So the only downside is it grows into the weirs, so I always have to take a razor to the weir.
Yeah.
And then I have it on the return nozzle right here.
Oh, that's a cool idea.
Yeah, it's actually pretty neat, you know. But these zoas right here, like they grow in sandbed. Like that's how invasive they are.
Yeah.
Like they grow in sandbed. It's crazy. These are the green pallies. I have two kinds: the regular greens and the Captain Jerks. You know, but that's the softie I have right there. I don't know what that is. Singular.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Yeah. So, but so yeah, this is the SPS that died today. You can't even. There's no color on it anymore. It's completely died. And that's the other one. But it is what it is.
All my stuff's growing good. I got a green digifrag to get rid of. It's huge.
For a guy that hates softies, I see a lot of softies in there.
Yeah. That's because he can't get rid of them. That's why he hates them.
Yeah, I will have my reef tank up and running. I just don't know when.
Yeah. One day.
Yeah.
You gonna run at 75 as a sump freshwater or canister filters?
Canister filters.
You just put a canister filter on one side, put your little reef tank under the cabinet on the other, and hide it. Be a secret reef.
Yeah.
Well, you're gonna run the 75 on the canister?
For the
It's a 75 freshwater.
yeah, I'm gonna. That's what I'm allowed to run right now.
Oh, I thought he was getting a reef tank.
I plan on.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're gonna convert it from a freshwater to a reef tank?
I was in the process of getting everything for a reef tank.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my old lady nuked the idea and said you can have a freshwater.
Okay. Gotcha.
I will have the reef tank.
Okay.
Yeah, he's got a lot of the stuff already purchased for it.
No rush, man.
Yeah.
Shit,
Yeah.
I mean the freshwater will probably teach you some things too. I think aren't freshwaters like more
Forgiving?
No, not forgiving. I've always viewed freshwater as like more maintenance, with like always doing water changes and like nutrient control with freshwater is like, because they don't have the same kind of filtration like saltwater does. So it's a lot more, like stay on top of your nitrates and stuff like that. So, I mean, I'm assuming like that's what I've been told. That's why I've never touched freshwater.
Yeah, but water changes are easy though because you just
that's the thing with a freshwater tank. Yeah. If your nitrates get high, you just pull 75% of your water out and put 75% water back in.
Yeah. Do they use tap water or do they use
just tap?
No, a lot of people use tap and treat it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's easy.
Yeah. So talking about zoas, last week, K-Town, we were talking about those zoas I got that I can't figure out what they are.
Mm-hmm.
I figured out what they are.
What are they?
They are reverse space monster zoas.
Okay.
Sounds fancy. Hold on, let me Google it.
Pretty nice. How's your tank doing, Lisa?
Wait, aren't
Go ahead.
no? I'm like, those look extremely close to like the Sakuras. They grow really fast, don't they?
Oh, yeah, they're growing decently quick.
Because the Zoas I just put up on the stream, they look very similar. Look up like Sakura. They look very, very similar. Sakura
As we
Zoa.
spent, I don't know, 20, 30 minutes last week playing Guess the Zoanthid.
Yo, honestly, some of them are like really impossible to differentiate.
And that's what my brother finally pulled his little list up and figured out which ones he had given me.
Yeah. You know what
Yeah,
Zoas I
they
really
do look like that, except the Sakura is more of, looks like it fades, and these are like speckled orange. It's purple with speckled orange.
Gotcha. Okay. Gotcha. It'll probably grow on sandbed too. To be honest, I love zoas that can grow on sandbed. Freaking but oh shit, what was I gonna say? I was gonna say yeah, I don't even remember. I'm like shot right now. But yeah, no, that's dope. Oh yeah, this is what I was gonna say. I miss people eaters, like the agaves.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, like you don't really see those anymore in the industry. They're like real, like I guess they're like old school, like all the agaves, which are technically people eaters. Like I'm looking at Tidal Gardens right now. He has green agave zoas. They have like blue agave zoas. You really don't see those shits anymore.
Yeah, the blue agaves are nice looking.
Yeah, they have like the red agaves. They're like they're sick.
There's so many different ones out there. It's
Yeah, but you
unbelievable.
just really don't. I've never seen one in like
Yeah.
since the first time I got into saltwater. I used to see them. Now I don't see them at all.
Yeah.
You know, and they're not expensive. When I do my next tank, I'm definitely like buying like one of each. You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
salted agave.
I've got to start getting more acros now, more SPF.
Hmm?
Now that I can keep them.
Where do you buy it? Where do you buy acros from? Like eBay, or do you buy it from like these
No.
big shots?
Well, I'm in Canada, so like we can't get them from the big shots.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I have Canada Corals is where I get most of my stuff from. You can order it online. Pretty
Okay.
good quality. Yeah. But we don't get the big boys.
Oh, okay. So, quick question: like, if you order from eBay, right? Because I'm looking at this uh
Only
thing
if they're
called
in Canada though.
Ultimate Agave Palithoa. If I could clearly tell it's like super photoshopped.
Mm-hmm.
If I order that from like eBay, right, and it doesn't look anything like that, can I file a dispute and get my money back?
Good question.
I've always wondered that.
Yeah. Well, you can, if they have PayPal, you can through PayPal.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna make people regret Photoshop and shit.
Shopping. Yeah.
Seriously, people really need to like stop doing that.
Yeah. What did I miss there? Taking time off work. In my 180, I have diatoms now. Not happy about it.
Hey, Reef Rabbit, how you doing?
Whoa,
Sorry about that.
that's right. Trying to figure out.
I just looked in the chat. Somebody says, "Ask TMG. He knows." What are you guys asking me?
I don't know.
You know, I'm trying to. I can't even follow.
I'm having a hard time following too.
Yeah, I just see like ask TMG. He knows about a 5-year garden. I have no. I don't mess with 5 years. I think I have one. I think it's a Provides actually. What's going on, Straight Reefer? Yo, come pick these frags up before they die, man. I just lost another colony, bro. You need to hurry up and come pick up these frags.
He's in your area?
No, that's the thing. If he was, he would have got him more.
Okay.
I think he's about an hour and 45 minutes, and that's what are you, like an hour? Yeah, hour 30 minutes. Yeah, to a New Yorker, that's really far.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Shoot, I gotta drive 2 hours tomorrow to get to work.
Oh, you're crazy, bro.
Yeah.
If I had to drive anything more than 45 minutes, I quit.
I get paid good to drive that 2 hours.
Nah,
you
you
get
couldn't
paid
pay
to
me good
drive?
enough to
Yeah.
drive 2 hours to work.
Yeah, I pick up a truck and I drive 2 hours.
Favorite.
Oh, you do you do trucking?
Yeah, local.
Nice. You do cross country or just interstate? I mean, like just state.
Local.
Well, okay, local. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I started getting fat when I was driving over the road.
Yeah. Yeah, my friend used to do that. I think he's local now. He's just like, it really just puts a stress on his, like, you know, him seeing his kid and everything. So.
Oh yeah. And you know, when I was, one of the good things about where I drive too is I can pick up all the Utah rock I want.
What's Utah rock?
Basically fossilized coral.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I got like 80 pounds of it sitting out my carport right now.
It's not like that. It's not like that holy rock, right?
I'm not entirely sure what that is.
Wow. Then I guess it's not. Is your neighbor like a YouTuber too?
No, she isn't.
She is?
No, she isn't. At least
okay.
Yes, she is. I haven't seen her on YouTube. Yeah, she's battling green hair. But yeah.
Oops. So, Paul, did you change anything in your tank yet?
Yeah. No, I'm about to get some shut eye. I gotta be up early.
All
What
right, man.
time is it? Dude, it's 9:40. I feel like an old person now.
Hey, speak for yourself.
Oh man, adulting sucks.
Yeah, it does.
But yeah, Eddie, good luck with your ventures. Koreatown, good looks for your
All right,
stream.
man. No
Jeeves,
problem.
keep doing what you do.
Let it, bud.
All right.
So your 5 gallon. Let's get back to that. We were talking about that earlier, geez.
What about it?
So you're doing what with that?
5 gallon pico reef, softies, couple small fish.
And what color sand?
Black sand. It's got a 12K LED that attaches to it, which, I mean, I may upgrade down the road, but for now, I'm just going to run it. It should be more than enough to grow any kind of softies.
Yeah.
One of the LFSs has the same tank set up, and he just grows algae in it with a couple little small blennies, and he keeps like some sexy shrimp and stuff. So that was kind of the motivation for this, is it lets me get my softies out of the tank, out of my big tank. And then some smaller inverts and a couple little tiny fish that I would like to have. I mean, I'm not going to put a couple tiny fish in it, but, you know, a pair of yellow line gobies, a Tangaroa goby. There's a couple other little small gobies or small blennies I'd want to put in there, but I wouldn't put in my 40 because you'll never see them.
Yeah.
And it's like my wife got wanted to get a pom-pom crab a couple weeks ago, and we got it and never seen it again once it went in the 40. So,
yeah.
Cleanup crew, I'm going to do a mix of snails like I do in my big tank. I've been needing to order some more cleanup crew for it. So I'll probably do a reef cleaners cleanup crew pack and just steal a couple out of there to put in the nano once it's ready to go. But I'm going to run a couple of the different inverts like I run in mine. I mean, I keep bumblebee snails. I've got, I don't know, 20 or 30 bumblebee snails. And then I've got a dozen large red-banded trochus that have now reproduced. So I have hundreds of little baby red-banded trochus snails everywhere. So I won't put a turbo in it. I'll put, you know, probably a couple dwarf serifs, a couple nerites, maybe one Nacerius snail, couple of the red-banded trochuses, and then I'll probably do one Halloween hermit, because I'd like to do a Halloween hermit, but I'm not going to put one in my 40 with my fighting conchs and milk conchs in there and risk the Halloween hermits going after them and killing them.
Yeah. That'll be cool. Yeah, I'm going to set up a 30-gallon basic, like hang on the back or hang on back filter. But, you know, just basic to see if I can keep it running. I'm going to start at dry rock, just cycle it.
Well, that's how my 40 was running up until last week or week before. Was all hang on back with no issues. But what I did, I converted a Aqua Clear 110 hang on back into a fuge. So I built my own media basket where it only uses one piece of the filter pad.
Yep.
as a rough mechanical filtration, and then the rest of it was Chaeto with a little LED grow light on top.
Okay. So Dave said that Halloween hermits love it must be
Conch shells.
Conch shells. Okay.
Yeah, that's why I don't want to put them in my 40 breeder.
Yeah. Okay.
That's their shell of choice. So
Yeah.
I'd like to have one, but I'm not going to risk my conchs to them. So that's why I may just put one in this 5 gallon and just have one hermit in there.
Yeah.
One hermit, 10 or so snails total, one, maybe 2 fish, and then my softies.
So what light just the stock light you're going to run on?
Yeah, the stock light it comes with.
Yeah.
It's a little 12K LED.
Yeah.
So it is more, I guess, tuned for softies. It doesn't have a lot of blue in it. It's got a few blues, but it's not blue heavy.
Yeah. Exclusive. My blue-legged hermit killed a pretty good size turbo snail and took its shell. So yeah, they like bigger shells.
Yeah, definitely. I've got a bunch of big shells in my 40 for my other hermits, and they still kill snails off, I think, just for fun. Just as a screw you.
I have him in the anemone tank with a big turbo now, but he's happy in his shell, so he's not bugging the other snail.
I mean, a couple of crabs aren't bad exclusive because they will pick up some things that snails won't. But I mean, I try to get the little mini hermits.
Yeah, they can't do damage.
Yeah, I mean, I get them where they're like, I don't know, jelly bean size or smaller, if I can. I've got a few big ones that I picked up when I first started the tank because that's all my LFS had, but just to get a couple of them. But generally what I've been doing is they get too big, I've been taking them to him and trading them.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll trade me like one big one for 2 small ones.
Yeah, I went to the LFS the other day, and they didn't have any bigger snails. All their snails were tiny, and then their hermit crabs were even tinier. They were so small. Like any one of my wrasses could just swallow it whole.
AL said, I want to see a saltwater tank with under gravel filter. I'm assuming it's under gravel.
Yeah, that's what he meant. Yeah.
You know, I thought about you could do that because I thought about doing it for a cichlid tank when I wanted to start a cichlid tank.
Yeah.
And because that's how they used to run them apparently. But I know for cichlid tanks, what they do, some people do, is they run a canister filter and they run the discharge down into the under gravel. So instead of forcing it down, it forces everything up. So if you did crushed coral, a larger crushed coral with that, it would force everything up and out of the substrate.
Hey, Dave.
Hey, what's up, guys?
What's up, Dave?
Not too much. I was trying to type, then I was trying to voice to chat. I hurt my wrist about a week ago.
Oh, I was trying to figure out what's happening there.
It's getting worse and worse. That's why I tried to say conch shell like 5 times.
Yeah.
Those lonely nights, huh?
Yeah, I said hell with it.
What did you do? Like
I just overextended it. Yeah, it's a light sprain, but it took like a week for it to now it's like having a retarded arm. It's just, I can use it, but not very well. There's no strength in it. I can't play guitar. I've got no coordination.
Okay.
So trying to type, it's like, it's 2 letters behind the other hand. So it's just a pain in the butt.
Are you able to work with it or?
very slowly, but taking a couple of days off to rest it because it was just getting worse the more I worked because, a lot of wire stripping and twisting wire, and it just wasn't working out. But you guys were talking about hermit crabs. If you stay with the reds or the scarlets, they stay small.
Yeah.
The red-legged. I don't know if you covered that or not. But
No. Well, that's I should have. I have probably 5 or 6 blue legs.
Yeah,
and I've got probably 20 of the little mini scarlets.
Yeah. And forget if it's brown leg, it could get the size of a basketball. It'll just keep killing till,
Yeah.
But yeah, the little guys are good. And like you said, they do certain things snails can't do.
Yeah. They'll actually pull hair algae off the rock.
Yeah.
They'll eat bits of food that some snails won't.
Yeah, to comb between your zoanthids and get stuff out of them.
Mm-hmm.
So it's good. But
They'll
yeah,
just go diving in like a ball pit and get in between them.
Yeah. And every Halloween hermit I've ever seen is wearing a conch shell. So yeah, Reef Spy pointed that out to me at Reefapalooza.
Yeah, we were talking about that a while back, and that's why I think I'm going to put one in that 5-gallon because I can do the one hermit, I can do the Halloween hermit, and I won't have a conch in there ever. So
yeah,
because I've got 2 Florida fighting conchs and 3 milk conchs in my 40 now.
That's cool. I'd like to get some in my main system, but the Softy tank has 3 Halloweens in it, so. Yeah. But they were like 3 for $10 at Palooza, so I picked them up. But right after I bought them, I was with Reef Spy, and he goes, "Oh, I hope you don't have any conches."
Whoops.
Yeah, well, I didn't. I have those little nano ones in there. They're too small. The Halloween hermits have no use for their shell. So they don't get big.
Okay.
So what's going on tonight?
Oh, not much.
No.
So
I started filling up the JBJ Nano Cube.
Did you?
With water today. Yeah, I got a new light for it. New hood, so I don't know what to do with it. Probably going to be just low maintenance, easy course.
Which hood did you get?
The Wi-Fi LED.
Oh, is that the Pro model one or the intermediate?
Oh, I don't know. It's the one they sent me after I talked to Manny at the show.
Okay. Because they make 2 now. It's my dad wants to get a tank eventually. He just moved back around here.
Mm-hmm.
And so he was like, "Oh, well, I kind of like the bio cubes, the all-in-one cubes."
Right.
And so that's what I was looking. I was talking with my LFS, and that's what he said. He's like, "I recommend the JBJ cubes over the Core Life bio cubes. Your LEDs are stronger. Yeah, you pay a little more for them, but basically, from what I understand, the newer ones." And so I started doing my research after he told me that. The newer ones are basically they make their regular CF one, they make their entry level LED, they make an intermediate LED, which is good for softies and LPS, and then they make a Pro model, which is more like the Steve's LEDs on the BioCubes, so you can actually grow anything with it.
Well, I know it's got 3 channels. It's got a blue, a white, and a red. And that's really all I know about it. So, I mean, I got the box across the room. I could grab it and see if there's like a number or something on it. But basically, it's made for the 28-gallon, but it fits the 24-gallon. And when you put it on the 28-gallon, it leaves the back exposed. Because that's the only difference between the 24 and the 28 is that it's deeper. So the all-in-one compartment is actually exposed, which is nice if you want to put a skimmer in there.
Right.
Because you have the clearance. So I was talking to him at the show, and I said, yeah, I'd like to hook it back up. But I said, the compact fluorescent bulbs apparently have to be changed, so I'd have to get some bulbs. And it's kind of a noisy hood.
Yeah.
And he says, oh, you like this? And I said, yeah, but it probably costs more than the whole kit cost me, a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
But I got it. So, and one showed up. Look at that.
Perfect.
That's always
Price
useful.
is right. Price is right.
Yeah. Well, we had talked last year at Palooza, and somehow the signals got mixed. He always goes on vacation right after Palooza, so you email him, you don't hear nothing, you figure, he was full of crap, right?
Yeah.
So I told him that this year. No, hold on. He says you got to keep at it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, he goes to shows and probably talks to 50 people, you know.
Exactly.
So, but I covered that tank for a year. That was my tank, you know. That's what made me Dave's Nano Tanks. And now I need a Nano or I got to change my name. So.
You already tried that once. It didn't work.
Yeah, nobody let me change the name. So I guess I just got to get a Nano now.
Yeah.
And I want to work on the little one, but I have ideas for it. And I got to test my skills on a piece of glass that does not belong to that tank. So.
What's the little one?
That's a little like 5 gallon, a 12 by 12 cube.
Oh yeah.
I just took it apart. I made a Corian all in one back for it, but I want to route out a little window for a little Chato window, so I can have a Chato section.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Light doesn't shine through Corian too well.
No, I bet it doesn't.
So, but I wanted to do some cool weir through the glass. I wanted to carve slots into the glass. So I have a few options, a few ways I might do it, but you know, I don't want to use the piece of glass that's perfect for it first.
Right.
So practice on some test glass.
So you're still playing. I know you were talking about that before. So you're still planning on that.
Yeah, I do want to put it together, but there's a bunch of projects, and you know, now my wrist hurts. So
no, but I meant you're still planning on doing it with the hole saw, like drilling the weird kind of thing.
Yeah, I'm going to put the hole saw on an angle because I have a drill press. So I'm going to put it on a couple degrees angle, not a big deal. So I can cut like half a circle, move it over half an inch, cut another half a circle next to it. So instead of straight weirs, there'll be half circle weirs, but just all in a row. I think it'll look cool. Just because, you know, I can put weirs in glass and be a big shot. And then if I flip it over, I can actually smooth out the backs of them too. You know, it won't have like sharp parts on the back. So when I'm cleaning it, it doesn't become a finger slicer.
Yeah, I'm anxious to see that video.
Yeah, well, soon enough.
Yep.
And I have a whole big deal with my phone company. So tried to get a new phone. They sent me one that was obviously refurbished and didn't work. And then said I had to return that one, wait for a refund, and then order another one. And I said, no, I don't. No, I don't.
No.
Watch how this is going to go.
Yeah.
So I got a new phone from Verizon, and I'm very happy with it.
Perfect. Yeah, no, that video, it took really good video. I was harassing you, of course, but yeah, it's really good video. And
that was just out of the box, you know, auto mode. And people are telling me use the pro mode, and I've been playing around with it a little bit today, and it's a real camera in that S8. I can imagine the S9, but I figure I'd save a little money, so I didn't get the S9.
Yeah.
But I've been babying it, so today I ran out and got a case and a cover for it, stuff like that, so it doesn't end up like the Moto.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, this one's a little more than $100 phone. So,
yeah.
What's up, Billy? I see Billy Pipes in the chat.
I emailed him a link a while back, so if he wants to come in, he can.
Billy, how's Waffy's doing? Waffy's was sick.
Oh.
Not good, Murph? Oh, no.
That's not good.
Well, if he wants to come in and talk about it. I just know he was sick last night. We took him to the vet today. Poor little guy. Or little girl.
Yeah. Yeah, my female, she's 11 going on 12. And
what kind of dog?
It's a dachshund, long-haired dachshund.
Okay, yep.
And the other day, she just peed on the floor, right, which she never does. And then she would go outside, but she wouldn't come back up the stairs, which she always did. So I don't know. She just must have had a little bug or something, because now she's back to her normal self again.
Oh, she's fine now. That's good.
She's fine now, yeah. So we were concerned, of course, because of her age, right? But yeah, no, she bounced right back, and she's
right. This girl I was dating had 2 Labradors. They were a year apart. One was 16, one was 17, and I don't think they're supposed to even live that long. No. And while I was dating her, they both came too old and had to be put down. It was a shame, but
yeah.
And it started with that, peeing on the floor and stuff. They said it's like a cancer and kidneys and things like that. But no, she bounced back. Don't worry about it. I mean, sometimes they just go through something.
Yeah.
I was telling Billy,
like we do.
Yeah. I was telling Billy one night around Christmas, my mother-in-law fed my dog shrimp. And if you think about it, there's no seafood for dogs. Maybe salmon, but there's no seafood flavored dog food. It's not. They're not cats.
Yeah.
This dog got so sick, and it's both ends all weekend through the holidays. It's just such a mess.
Oh my God. That's a good point. I never thought of that, but you're right. There's no seafood, dog food.
I mean, some dogs can handle it, but obviously it wasn't for him.
I'm trying to talk. I was going to say, crawfish are a big thing down here, and that's one of those things where when we do a crawfish boil, even the live crawfish, you got to keep the dogs away from them, because if they eat a live one or a boiled one, it'll tear them up.
Yeah, this dog was so sick. I was like, do not ever feed my dog anything ever again.
Yeah.
You ruined Christmas.
Let's see here.
Yeah, I've always heard the chocolate thing. I mean, but my dog ate a package of chocolate chip cookies once, and he was fine.
Yeah, some dogs can take it, some dogs can't. It's still not good for them, but...
And I'm sure there's no real chocolate in Chips Ahoy,
No. Yeah, she didn't eat Chinese, Pat. She, I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah.
All right, so here you go, Dave. It's a NanoCube CF as the base model.
Hang on, let me get the box. I got earbuds on. I can't get over there. Let me get the box, come back.
Mm-hmm.
What's up, everybody?
What's happening?
Hey, Paul.
Hey, how are you?
Didn't see you sneak in there.
NFC's is here, too.
Oh,
Yes, sir.
Hey.
I'm just staying up for Fallout 76's release. I'm a big video game player, so the thing that I do is I'll have my Reef on one of my dual monitors and my game on the other, so I can watch my fish and play video games. Good times.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. All it says is it's an MT604C kit, 40-watt LED power. It's compatible with the 28-gallon.
Oh, I think that's the big one.
Always bright. Like I said, I can only control the 3 colors because I was playing with it. I didn't load the app and even turn it on yet.
24 times 3. No, it's not the big one.
No. Oh, but they show a reef tank on the picture, so it's got to be good for reefs. I don't know. I'm sure it'll go some salt. I'll put on, just a few salty frags from the other tank.
Yeah. Well, no, that's so the intermediate one has 25 1-watt LEDs and then 4 half-watt moonlights. And then the big one has 25 3-watt daylight, 4 3-watt dawn dusk actinics, and then 2 night lights. So if you have 3 channels, then...
And it's Wi-Fi.
Right.
So it's something that they just rolled out, I think.
What was the number on it?
MT604 CKIT. But yeah, it's 40 watts. So, and it doesn't look like, you know, your Mars Aquas with the LEDs with the lenses. It's more of a onboard kind of, I forget what they call those LEDs, but it's not individual bulbs. It's impressive. I'll give it a shot. It's got to be as good as the compact fluorescence. Once I get it up, you know, there'll be a video and I'll pull the Senai out and see what it says. But there's no fans in it. So I kind of like that.
Yeah, quiet.
That damn other hood used to just start buzzing in the middle of the night for no reason at all, but the return pump was on.
Yeah.
Throw shit at the fish tank, you know. No, wait a minute, what am I doing?
Yeah, I know my D Sunny fans have never come on. I've never ever had those suckers on.
Yep.
So may I ask a quick question to everybody here?
Absolutely.
So I was like, obviously I've had a reduction in my cleanup crew because of mistakes that were made. Not recently, but a while back. And what do you guys like to keep in your nanos? Because I can go to different sites, right? But most systems I see are like gargantuan, you know, 400, 500 gallon tanks. I don't know what you guys like to keep in the nano. Obviously, nanos for tighter spaces.
Go look at reefcleaners.org. What nano do you have?
Cube 32 by Coral Life with stock lighting.
What is the footprint on that? Does anybody know off the top of their head?
It's about 20 by 20.
20 by 20. Okay. So what I do is I go to reefcleaners.org. And this is a pretty good basic cleanup crew. And they've got free shipping, good prices. If you go to their cleaner packages,
Video on my channel for reef cleaners.
Is that who you use?
I've been to reef
Yeah, I
cleaners.
used them a long time ago.
Yeah, just go with one of their kits. Go a little smaller than what your aquarium is, though.
Okay, I'll do that.
And then some things, the ones that I like that are different, I like banded trochus, especially the red banded because they look cool. Well, they're expensive, but they breed. So like I ended up getting, I don't know, 10 to a dozen of them. And so I've got my 10 to 12 large ones that I bought from the LFS. And now I have 100 or so babies all throughout the tank.
That's cool.
Did your snails ever hatch, Dave? Speaking of snails, babies?
I don't know. I can't tell. There's less eggs, and some of them have some brown to them. But it just started getting dirty. I scraped them off today.
Oh, you did. Okay. Yeah.
Hey Dave, I had those in my 20 gallon. They never hatched for me.
Yeah.
And that was like months and months ago.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I don't think like I did research on those and it said they only hatch under a certain parameter at a certain season. And there's certain like, you know, basically the stars have to align. But yeah.
Right, I got you.
But yeah.
And maybe there has to be a male and a female. I don't even know.
Yeah. See, the trochus will just release it in the water, and then the seeded, I guess, zygotes will fall into the rock and then spawn from there.
Awoken, I have a mixed bed. I have Argonite white sand and Argonite black sand. I kind of wanted to go for a salt and pepper kind of look, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what kind of substrate I'm currently using. Currently it's at about 1.5 to 2 inches. I want to raise that to 4. So it's going to take some time and me buying bags and slowly introducing the live sand. So
can I ask why you think 4?
I was thinking 4 because I want to have an ability to have some critters that basically are substrate dwellers and can do you know, the basic job of just moving the sand about so that the substrate's always nice and churned.
I got you. Well, 4 is almost a deep sand bed. A lot of people think it's 4, but 6 is really truly where you get the benefits of a deep sand bed and the problems of a deep sand bed.
Yeah, and you can run into issues between that 2 and 6 range.
Gotcha.
Right.
Because it's
usually people are below 2 inches or above 6 inches. So that's why I was just curious why you picked 4.
Yeah, I mean, I currently have 2, like I said, 1.5 to 2 inches. But the reason I wanted that is because, and I do agree 100%. Our serious snails are not only awesome to watch come out of your send bed, and they're really really great. And I know this sounds so morbid, but I've had fish die. Obviously, I'm a newbie, so fish will die. It's just glaring.
Even get fish that die. Don't worry about it. Fish die.
Narcerius snails are the first to go after that too. It's almost like they have like a sixth sense about it. Like, I guess you could call them the substrate vultures because something dies, they're on top of it. I've seen something die in my tank, and then I swear to you, by the next day, it's completely gone.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, that is insane.
I love you when you feed the tank and you see the little tubes come up, and it's like submarines blowing their air, you know.
Very true. And so for me, like I said, the serpent starfish is something I'm looking into. I'm looking into an urchin and an algae blenny for, you know, the more higher than snail kind of cleaners, and then obviously fish. Snails along with emerald crab and some hermits for the low down cleanup crew for rocks and such.
Right.
But that's what I was looking at, and I was wondering if I was along the right lines of thinking, because I've done some research, but I'm no expert, and you guys are. So as long as I can learn from you guys.
Yeah, we're not experts either. I'm going to say I'm not. I'm not going to speak for other people.
No.
I mean, not others,
though, Dave.
A lot of you guys
have
been
more experience.
Yeah,
we've been doing it longer. You know, we've been doing it longer than you have. So we've made some of the mistakes you're about to make. That's all we can say.
I guess I'll be learning, because I think that's the best thing about this, though. Like, I don't get to do much day to day, and with my aquarium, learning from the highs and the lows has really been, I'd say, a privilege. So anyway,
so on a cube tank, I mean, I ran the 24 for over a year. And so you've got the 32. It's not that much bigger, to be honest. I don't think the 24 holds 24, and I bet the 32 only holds about 30 gallons. But you really only need, say, 5 hermit crabs, 1 or 2 emerald crabs, and about 10 snails. Mix them up. You know, get some Nicarius, get some Trochus are the best snails. They look like Astorina snails, but they can right themselves when they fall.
Right.
And get something kind of smaller than the Trochus to get the smaller areas. So what do they got? The Nearite snails?
The Nearites, the dwarf Nearites. The bumblebees are not only look cool, but they are a detritivore. They will eat some algae, but they're really good at detritus, and they stay small.
So than Nicarius. So.
Right. I mean, they're only, mine are the size of, I don't know, or a red bean, I guess.
Right.
Kidney bean.
And then as much as you think a sand sifting star is cool, I don't recommend that for anything under like a 90 gallon, because they will just kill your sand bed. They're constantly eating what's in your sand bed, the microfauna. Yeah. I got one because I thought it was cool, and I thought my sand bed had enough junk in it, and then he started losing his legs and slowly disappeared. So.
Yeah.
I have noticed that, because I did get one originally and put it in my 20, but the reason that I thought it had died is it went into one of my lava rock, and for anyone that, you know, everybody probably knows what a lava rock looks like.
In a reef tank?
Yeah.
Okay, keep going.
No, the lava rock, right, that I have in it, I was assured that it had already had all of the gas removed, which guaranteed, obviously, but I went for that look because I wanted the Hawaiian look.
Right.
But that was before my 32. I only have 1 fish in it, and it's been okay. It's just Oscillaris. But so the reason I didn't go that way with the second tank that you saw is because I don't trust lava rock as much as you may think I do, because I have it in one of my tanks.
Yeah, I wouldn't use it.
It's more of an experiment.
It's got a lot of metals in it.
Yeah,
So
I just hope it doesn't have the wrong type of metal.
If you think about metals and salt and how they corrode, it's just not a good choice, in my opinion.
But yeah, the serpent went into the rock, and I was like, dude, get out of the rock. And it was like doing its own thing. So I think I stressed it to death, which is not good, but I learned. So, is there any other star that won't eat urchin? Because to my knowledge, if I got a chocolate chip, it would eat urchin too. Is that true?
You can keep Phromias and Lynchias, but in that small of a tank, I wouldn't suggest it.
Okay.
Brittles or small serpent would be the only thing that you can keep in a 32, because you can actually feed them. They'll eat pieces of food. Chocolate chips, Indian sea star, anything in that genus, that group, will eat corals and.
Yeah, well, they're not going in then.
Yeah, they'll eat polyp corals. That's how I used to keep my Xenia in check.
That's not all I can have too, is the polyp coral. Those softies are polyp coral, aren't they not?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's definitely a no-go.
Well, like zoas, they'll eat zoas. They'll eat any kind of soft corals that they can get a hold of.
Yep.
Not that they will, they can. I mean, you can try a Phromia if you want a starfish for looks, but they don't really have much use. That's where the brittles and the serpents come in for cleanup purposes.
Serpents are cool. I've always wanted to get one.
I have enough of the
small. I have enough of the small brittle stars that I know I want a bigger one.
Yeah, I like the serpents because I feel like they're less likely to become an issue. Brittles, I don't know. I've seen brittles, like people having brittles, and then they spawn, and then they're everywhere. I don't really want that. I don't know. But, I don't know.
Are you talking about asterinas? The small asterinas that are everywhere?
That might be it. But I've seen, like, I've seen somebody on, like, one of the forums I follow on, like, Facebook, and they pulled their hand out of the water, and they had a serpent star on their tip of their finger. Mm-hmm. And it was just like, the only way you would get that is if it spawned in your tank. I don't think you're going to find that at a pet store.
Yeah, they're an excellent cleanup crew, actually. All of these little things that everybody hates, like the bristleworms and everything, they can go in and out of your live rock and like pipe cleaners and just keep it all.
I don't pull bristleworms unless they get big.
Yeah. Now, anything has to be kept in check too. So if you have a dirty tank, you could have turn on your light in the middle of the night and see 30 bristle stars. If somebody was in here showing their tank once, and I was like, dude, stop feeding that tank yesterday.
You guys see clams at all?
Clams are not for beginner.
No.
They require a lot of light and a lot of feeding and very good water.
Yeah, you got to keep your water steady maintained. Your alkalinity will swing just from a clam.
Gotcha. Because I do know that I've had clams in that 20, and they were the kind that go into the substrate, and they just live there.
Oh, okay. You're not talking like Maximus then.
No, I'm not talking about the ones that live on the surface. Yeah. I like them because
clams. The problem with them is you don't know when they die. And,
true.
Yeah,
I just figured I'd ask a couple of questions tonight and then get out of you guys' hair.
It's all good.
Yeah, that's what we do. We talk about reef tanks.
Because, I am a newbie, and I will only ever interject what I've experienced, which is very little, so...
It's good.
Yeah.
You notice I'm silent a lot is because I've only been doing this for less than 3 years, and I don't know a lot of answers.
Like... With BTAs, I've tried BTAs in my 32, and that never. I think I
You
was
gotta wait.
basically killing
Yeah.
them. And
Wait
that
it.
makes me
Wait
feel
till you
bad.
get about 6 months, 6 to 8 months minimum before you try one. Most
Well,
people say a year.
We're coming up on 6 months, but yeah, I think I'll wait
Yeah.
a year before I do it because they're
So-
beautiful creatures.
Yeah.
So to summarize, mix of snails, handful of hermits. The brittle stars are good. A small serpent star. Stay away from the greens. The greens will eat fish.
Yeah. The
Um,
black and brown ones are good, right?
right. Brittle stars, small serpent stars. You can actually do copepods and amphipods. If you seed them, they will eat detritus and things like that inside of the rock, and
Right.
so it's good, and that will help jumpstart to where you can keep NIMS and keep things like that when you hit a year. It'll help the whole aquarium progress quicker if you drop pods in.
Yep. And keep your eye out for little pineapple sponges.
Yes.
Pineapple sponges are just like little Q-tips, and you'll see them start to develop. And once you see them coming in on their own, that's just a sign of maturity, and your tank's able to do a lot more at that point.
Should I
That's
put
what
another piece of live rock in my tank? Because this piece of live rock is like at the very beginning of my 20. So any hitchhikers would have already left.
No, that's fine. If you've
No.
already, as long as you've kept the tank stable since you put that live rock in, you haven't had any major crashes or disasters. Whatever that rock brought in has populated to your other rocks.
Okay.
Yeah, the live
good
rock.
and bad.
Yeah, I mean you get hitchhikers, but at least to me, the live rock is more about the bacteria and the microfauna. I mean, if you get a star out of it, awesome. If you get a crab out of it, awesome. But it's more about the stuff you can't really see that lives in it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I was just curious if I needed to add another one on top of it or not.
Now,
Okay.
Just let it. Just be patient. Let it do its thing. Now that you got that rock moved around, I think you'll find that you get a lot better flow through there. Things will start to turn around for you, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely am thankful for you guys, suggesting that. I took my other son's son, which I need to buy another one to put into my 20 for water flow, but I put it, pointed directly at the rock, and the other one pointed at the rock but a distance away. So yeah, I got good flow in there now.
Yeah, you get a turkey baster and get in there, like Dave was saying the other night. Just turkey baste it. And
there was a
turkey baste
lot
the
of crap
rocks
that came out of that when I did that, by the way.
That's what you want. Yeah.
Just a bunch of detritus.
And then change your floss about an hour or two later once the water clears up. Change the floss because whatever you got floating around the water column is just sitting in your floss like a tea bag now.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll get that stuff taken care of. I really appreciate it, though, guys.
oh yeah,
Yep.
No problem.
And I'm going to sit back, listen, and hang out and chat.
Sounds good. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
FC.
You.
How's it going?
Good, man. I got a question for Billy about that sump he showed off.
I don't know if he's still there. Let's try. Billy, are you still there?
What do you want to know about sump? I've seen it.
Well, the skimmer section. I need to know the dimensions of that skimmer section.
Oh, dimensions, yeah.
I mean, he gave the dimensions of the whole tank in his video, but not in the skimmer section alone, like front to back and side to the filter socks.
Right.
So I was curious about.
I mean, you could ask questions on the ProClear site. Guys will get back to you. They'll also build it however you want it, which is what's really cool. But
yeah, I didn't know if I was going to go with a manufactured sump or just go with my big old 150-gallon Rubbermaid tote and just a bunch of macroalgae and stuff like that. Just roll with it.
I hope to have a house one day where I can do one of the big tote stock tanks.
But to me, I want it to be an aquarium. After having that big black horse trough in there, if that's what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Me, it might as well be. I want it to be an aquarium. I want it to have glass so I can look in there.
Yeah.
I want it to be where I have, tanks display like Alex G set up, and then you just do the big black thing as a massive catch-all sump.
Right. Oh, that's what Blue's doing too. Blue Carbon has that set up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because then you can throw mangroves in it and let them grow. And
What's wrong with the black Rubbermaid container? Blue wants to know.
They stink, John. They stink.
I
hear they create nitrates.
Oh, he's in. Okay.
He is. What's happening?
Not too much, you.
Yeah, just plunking away at stuff.
So you got everything over there now?
Yeah, more or less. I'm still debating if I should change the escape or not.
He's lining up sand grains with his laser.
So didn't you got that new rock in though, didn't you?
Some of it. I use a lot of old rock actually.
You did. Okay.
Yeah.
What's the new rock? What are you playing with?
I'm just debating what else to add or what to do.
No, I mean you bought some new dry rock.
Yeah.
What kind?
Marco rock.
Bucka rock?
Marco.
Is it the price?
Marco.
Oh, Marco rock.
Yeah. I'll mix.
That's a great name for rock. Bucka rock.
I wish it was a Bucka rock.
Yeah.
If only. No, it's the same type of rock I used before. Like I got a mix of different types of it, like flatter and base rock and like the half cut ones and stuff. So I did use a good chunk old rock and then bits of new rock in there. So I'm still playing with it.
So what percentage of rock did you move over right so far?
Most of it, like 80% probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you didn't try to get the NEMs off before you moved it?
I got one off. There's still two on it.
Yeah.
I'll get it eventually when it moves.
Tester NEMs.
Yeah.
Awoken, what would happen if the roller jams? It just overflows. There's like a little cutout for it to overflow in the sump. Not a big deal. Just makes more noise. But maybe I will show it tomorrow. How's your guys' night going?
So far, so good.
Excellent.
it'll be good if I don't have to go to a dock with no heat on it.
That's fair. Should I do a turf scrubber or a refugium?
Well, it looks like you filled up all your spots in there, didn't you?
Well, no, the middle one's still open. There's like a little basket of stuff, like just some rocks.
Okay.
But
I'm a refugium guy. They both work, but I'm a refugium guy.
like the turf scrubber keeps your system super pristine looking, but it's more work, more maintenance, right? Refugium, you can just ignore it. And it doesn't.
How big is the chamber?
I'm gonna guess 20 by 20-ish. 20
Oh,
by 20,
refugium
20
for sure then.
Yeah.
Perfect.
It's a good
Like
size.
nice and dirty with all the buggies crawling around in it. Yeah.
I do have pods showing up tomorrow, so.
Yeah, see, the refugium will keep them breeding, right?
Yeah, and I did grab a handful of Chaeto from AJ's when I was just down there.
Oh, did you? Yeah.
Yeah.
A few
Well, there you
trays
go.
of that miracle mud in there.
I do have
Few
some of
trays.
that too in my shed, actually.
Yeah. Well, if you put the miracle mud in the refugium, you will have some happy pods.
This is probably true. I actually have clear trays that I bought ages ago planning for this, so yeah, I probably should.
Yeah.
I need to find a temporary light for it.
I love those Chinese par 38 bulbs that are blue and red.
Yeah.
They're like $20.
Yeah, I'll
And
probably
they're
get
like
a stand.
600 par.
Yeah, that's right. That's not a bad option. I was just gonna go buy like one of those little like 18-inch grow lights or whatever, like this little T5s as a temporary one, and then eventually get some fancy LED one. But
Yeah.
You buy a little cheap LED grow light for now.
yeah, that's true.
Wait, I got these. I'm trying to find the box here, Devin. I got like 4 of these at home right now. I don't know what they are. The LED Par 38, red, blue, the ones that spectral.
That's what Dave's talking about.
Yeah.
Do they work well? Yeah. I guess. Wait, do you have?
Yeah, I have like a 46 watt one.
But I have 3 others here. If you need one, Devin, I can bring one with me tomorrow.
Can I?
There
Do
you
you want
go.
to sell one or let me?
No, you can have it. I got. No,
sweet.
try it. Just
Okay.
try it. See if you like it.
Okay, awesome. Thanks.
Okay, I'll bring it.
Appreciate it.
No problem.
Thank you, sir. I can hang it off my overflow pipe for now.
Yeah.
I even buy those plastic temporary light fixtures like they use in, basements.
Yeah.
They used to be ceramic. They got the little
Oh, yeah.
pull chain on them. That's perfect. You just run an extension cord.
That's
cut a
true.
cord off an old computer cord. Boom, done.
Yeah.
That's very true.
Well, I went to Home Depot and I bought the. So it's basically a fixture. It has like a metal dome, and then you screw the bulb in underneath it.
Oh, those.
And
Yeah,
it has like
actually.
the clip. It has the clip, not the like the the clip that you can clip it on a 2x4 or whatever. Yeah.
Yep. That works.
Yeah.
I could clip it on my
They're cheap.
overflow.
Yeah, they're cheap. They're cheap. And they direct the light down well. So.
Yeah,
I actually bought the outdoor electrical box cover, the round one that has 2 sockets coming off of it, like you would use it for a motion detector light.
Yeah.
Nice.
And I put that under the tank.
Ah, very nice.
Yeah, so you can have 2.
One thing I realized for a problem, well, not a problem, well, a little bit, is where all my Apex stuff's going to be mounted. I think I'm going to need extension cords for some stuff to run, like, my heaters to the opposite side, if I want to hide all my wires. I'm going to need a... Because
they're not long enough.
Cords. Yeah.
Yeah, they make some really neat, just 1-footers.
Yeah.
They actually make 3-inch ones, too, so if you have, like, wall warts, so they don't take up the space on a power strip like an Apex.
Yeah, that's true. What am I doing? I walked into my furnace room.
Who's drinking NyQuil in the chat? Lisa's going to drink some NyQuil. Good night.
Yeah, easy come, easy go. I just walked over here for something. I have no idea what. Yeah.
Did you walk in to change your filter?
Oh no, that's what I came for. I had a newer blade for my flipper cleaner. I wanted a new blade for a new tank.
Yeah, good idea. Yeah.
I figured it deserved a new one after.
Yeah. So is your old tank empty now? Then you got it.
Yep, cleaned it up last night.
It's not right beside the other one anymore.
Nope, still there.
Oh, it is. Okay.
No, that's not light. No, the sump is my temporary all-in-one system.
Yeah. Did you that's
I was joking about that.
Did you like my comment? Is that a 160-gallon sump above it? Above your all-in-one?
No kidding, eh?
Yeah. So did you sell that tank yet?
Yeah, the guy that made my stand's getting it off me.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah. I'm basically giving them to him cheap because he didn't charge me for my stand or anything, so just to cover my upgrade costs.
Yeah, perfect.
For the glass. The stand's going to be scary expensive. Or the panels. But, oh well. Alexa, stop.
Let me just mention to Paul Williams, if you're going to use one of the areas in the back of your BioCube for Chato, you can take a razor blade and cut the black
vinyl.
The black vinyl off of the all-in-one, and you can expose some clear glass and just put a light on the outside shining in.
Yeah, that's what I was just getting to. I've got that little Ackie 12-watt, and what I did, I adhered some magnets to the front of it, and then I adhered magnets to the side of my sump. So it just magnets on the side of the sump, and then I can pull it off, look at it, scrape the glass if I need to see what I'm doing, and then just magnet it back on.
Nice.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. When you do change the Chato, you got to get in there and scrape the glass because you do get algae growing on the glass that'll block the light.
Are any of you guys using calcium reactor?
No.
No.
Never have.
Nope.
Fair enough. Never mind then.
No, but I got one on my Christmas list.
Nice. I've never used the Two Little Fishies media, so I tried that this time. Lots of people seem to love it. But I'm trying to decide how much ratio of like the magnesium to the other stuff. A few people have kind of said that they generally use more than they recommend to get a bit of a better, higher mag rating. I'm just trying to ration how much I should use.
An exclusive. I was talking about Chato, not an algae scrubber.
Yeah.
So, but thank you. That is another option, but it's not a Chato refugium. It's an algae scrubber.
I mean, I have one. I could use that. Good to have options.
Yeah, that's the thing. You can do things 10 different ways in this hobby.
And I do. That's the problem.
See, since I went sumped, even just using that little 12 watt with Chato, I have very little film algae. I go about 4 or 5 days without even having to touch the glass, and that's just because I get bored.
Yeah. Honestly, my big goal is to be able to not have to clean the glass like hardly ever. The tank is doing good. Just because I know eventually when it turns to peninsula, the fact that it's going to be over the stairway, it's going to be a bugger to clean the backside. So half of my goal with like filter rollers and all this stuff is just to reduce effort in glass cleaning. That's my goal. Should probably par test the tank soon to make sure it's decent range.
Don't you have like 4 or 8 radians over top?
Five.
5?
Yeah.
Yeah. So good.
Yeah, I think your par should be okay.
Yeah.
No.
30s, right?
Yeah.
Or 15s?
15s.
Oh. Yeah, but still.
Yeah. I like the 15s. They're good size. I don't know. Unless you have like a crazy wide or crazy deep tank, I honestly think 15s are the way to go.
Yeah. I mean, unless you're running like 4 foot deep, then you don't need 30s, I don't think.
Or like 4 foot wide or something. Because you get 2 of them for the price of 1. I mean, it's just splitting up the pucks, but you can space them more and you get better light coverage. That's my theory.
True.
It's my theory, and I'm sticking to it. All right. Vinegar soaked all the Neptune probes. I'm basically soaking everything I own in vinegar and pristining it for the new one.
Yeah, I was doing that today too. I love that smell. Not.
Oh, you should have seen cleaning that other tank. Whew. That baby was soaked for a while. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I hate vinegar. It's like wet silicone to me.
Yeah, it's exactly the same.
Yeah, it's similar. That's fair.
When I was doing a 100-gallon tank and I have my head in there, that doesn't seem to float out and over. But when you stick your head in the tank with wet silicone, that's when you really smell it. Like it holds it for you.
Yeah.
It's like going underwater.
Did you use, Devin, did you use any of the old sand in the new tank or just strictly new sand?
Pretty much all new. I mean, little handfuls got thrown in as I was moving stuff around, but yeah, it's basically all new sand. Okay. I did wash most of my old sand though. I don't know why, but as I was sucking it out, I just threw the hose in it and kept swishing it till it was mostly clear.
Yep.
Maybe reuse it one day. I'll wash it again if I do, but or give it to the guy that takes my tank. I don't
know. Yeah, here's some sand.
Exactly. It all adds up.
Yeah, winter's coming. You can use some sand. Throw it under the tires if there's an ice storm.
Nice. Multi-use.
Actually, don't give it to him. I need some I need some for my NEM tank.
Oh,
there
okay.
You go. I got a good 80 pounds plus. Probably.
Some big, heavy 5-gallon buckets.
Well, it's in my brute, so bring a bucket. It's all yours.
Yeah. No, I can bring buckets.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, because I need some from the NEM tank, and I'm set up. I'm going to set up a 30-gallon too, so I'll need some.
Yeah,
that's perfect.
Yep, perfect.
Okay, now I'll give you two. I'll give you 2 lights now.
And it's end. It's like 70% washed.
Perfect.
Nice.
I know. I'm so outside in a t-shirt the other day, rinsing it every bucket full. I'm like, back and forth.
As the water's freezing.
You didn't use daily refins water though, did you, to rinse it out?
Yeah, exactly.
No.
Like 1400 TDS.
Yeah.
Is that water even wet when it's 1400?
That's a good question. Yeah.
It doesn't just kind of come out like oatmeal.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yummy.
Yeah, so that's good. So you got her done.
Yeah.
Well, not done, but you got
been busy.
Things moved over.
I'm just trying to find parts for this tank, for this nanocube.
The nano,
the little return, the little piece that goes on the return. You know, it's got like a little bit of lock line and then a nozzle.
Yep.
I can't find it. And I know I can order a new one from Antonio, you know, and get an RFG nozzle and the adapter, but I know I have one laying around, so it bothers me.
See, I have, when I pulled that 29 JBJ apart,
yeah,
I have all those pieces still. Like I kept all the you know, like you're talking about, those fittings with the
the little fitting. I got the little hose, and I found I had replaced the pump with a MaxiJet 12. So I found that, but I just didn't find the other end. So
I wonder what it would cost to send something to you from here.
It's not worth it. I'm sure I can find it, you know, or I'll just drill it out and thread it.
Yeah, because like,
but I appreciate it.
Yeah, I'll never use them, but yeah, it would probably cost an arm and a leg.
Yeah. I don't know. I wasn't even going to do it until this hood showed up. And I was like, well, I guess I got to make a video. The guy sent me a hood.
Now you got it. Well, you already started it, though. You already started the videos, the build videos.
Oh, no, not on this. Not on the cube.
Oh, this is a different one.
This is the cube. This is not the little tank I took apart.
Sorry. Okay, I thought you were.
This is my original JBJ Nano Cube with the curved front glass. You know, just like the one you took apart.
Check out that link I just dropped in the YouTube.
All right.
I think that's the piece you're looking for.
Exactly. And it's laying somewhere, and I saw it. I thought it was near the other two. Oh, it's $7. Well,
yeah. This place
I'll
is
look for it for another 10 minutes.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's if I don't find it in 10 minutes, $6 it is.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jeeves.
Yeah, that's exactly the piece that I have. Yep.
And there's the new hood. Replacement hood, 13 watt. No, that's different. Oh, that's a 6 gallon. Yeah, I can't imagine a 6 gallon must be cute for like a night table.
Yeah. Hey, Crocker.
I couldn't find my little Weir cover. I see they're $9 here. I couldn't find it, but I had an extra one.
Oh, I hate that stupid little thing.
2 dabs of super glue and it doesn't fall off every time you do a water change.
Yeah, then it kills my fish was the problem when I had my 24 cube.
Yeah, I had 2 fish get caught behind it.
I had a clown goby and a tail spot blended get in there.
Yep, I had a pistol shrimp got in there and lost his pistol. I was like, well, now he's defenseless. I can't even put him back in the tank.
Survival of the fittest at that point.
He was disarmed.
Pistolless.
They disarmed him. Damn gun mullets were tough in my tank.
Jeez, Dave living in California, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, so earlier, that's what I was starting to say, Dave. Yeah, so I'm trying to talk my dad into getting one of the JBJs. I think he'll be happier with it.
Well, if you'd asked me 2 years ago, I would have told you the BioCubes were a better deal. There was more room for expansion in a BioCube.
Yeah, but with this, my thing, I know how he is. You get the LEDs that are good enough to grow soft and LPS on the intermediate, and it's Wi-Fi controlled. It's got dual pumps with the wave pulse mode, so you don't have to add a wave maker to it if you don't want.
Right. No, I get it.
Wi-Fi.
He's one of those, he'll throw money at it, but he doesn't want to have to screw with it.
Right. Like I said, the one with the compact fluorescence had this huge ballast, and then you needed a wall wart timer, and it just was all on and all off. There was no kind of ramp up or anything.
Right.
Now, I haven't played with this controller yet on this one to see if it does ramp up, but at least I can tune the color.
What'd you get?
No, it's just a hood for the JBJ Nano Cube. It's Wi-Fi LED.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
Gotta have a Nano over here, you know? It's in the name.
So you can have 2 nanos then, Dave.
You're committed.
Yeah, well, the other one, I don't know what I'm going to do. Maybe I'll do a tiny planted tank.
Yeah, you got to do something. You already started.
Seems to be the trend lately.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny because Fishy Snowman, this girl I used to date, says, "Oh, I want to get plants for." She has a betta. She has this. And I said, "Oh, I know this guy John, Fishy Snowman, and he knows a lot about plants and freshwater." So I said to him before the show, which was I don't know how many weeks ago, "Hey, do you have anything that's easy to grow?" So he brought me over some little Java fern or something.
Nice.
And I didn't see the girl, and I since haven't spoken to her. So he's like, "Just put it in a cup of water." So I put it in a little Tupperware of water, and I was making a video on how, test driving the new phone the other day.
Yeah.
And you could see it for a moment, and it's only got like a ½ inch of water in it, and this plant's sitting there, and I was like, "Oh God, I hope Fishy doesn't see this. I'm killing his plant."
Nice. That's awesome.
I topped it off with water, and the thing's like fine.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what kind of plant it is, but it's bulletproof.
If you have any questions, let me know, because I used to be hardcore to planted tanks before I got into roofing back in the day.
She wanted stupid simple that her betta could deal with, and low light. And John said, "This is it. If you kill this, then get plastic ones because you can't grow plants."
Nice.
IG.
Instagram.
Yep. All this lingo.
What's up, guys? How's it going?
What's up, buddy?
So, Eat, Sleep, Brief stole my Instagram pictures and made a video.
What?
Yeah.
Nice.
He gave me a shout out, but he took all my pictures. I'm doing the fluconazole every day, taking a picture, putting it on Instagram.
How'd you like the fluconazole?
Well, I'm actually using Reflux, which is just a branded form for the hobby.
Yep.
I think the fluconazole worked faster last time when I did it about a year ago than the Reflux, but it's all white and it's getting lower and lower every day. I really don't have any cleanup crew in there to like mow it down, so I don't know if it'll completely dissolve on its own. I know the Bryopsis did with the fluconazole; it was just gone. But the stuff's dying.
I was going to try it for bubble algae just for fun.
Yeah,
supposedly a 4 times dose will do it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yep.
I'll Dev, if it ends up working, put a video out on it because that's the only algae I've really struggled with is bubble algae.
Yeah.
Delicial.
I've got it in my soft tank, and I don't care. I have a lot of emeralds in there, and they keep it under control, like it's not choking anything out. And my niece thinks it's beautiful. She goes, "Ooh, what's that coral?"
To be honest, most of mine disappeared somehow when I moved. Like the little bits I saw, I cut it out with a scalpel, but there was I noticed a lot more before than I'm seeing now. So some kind of black magic, but I'll take it.
Yeah, it comes off pretty easy too.
And
Psychedelic Babe had good luck with Vibrant. It takes about a month.
Yeah, it took about 6 weeks in the nano for me, but it killed it all, which is nice.
The stuff's not cheap.
It took about 10 weeks for me to get rid of it.
Yeah. Vibrant's not cheap, but Billy uses it all the time.
It's worth it, though. I mean, I've spent $50 on that bottle, but it's $50 to get rid of bubble algae and not deal with it. Fair trade.
Yep.
I see people shut down
in a nano
and stuff, right? Exactly.
Yeah. If you have a 200-gallon tank, it's a little more costly.
Fair point. But even still, if it was you shutting down your tank because you're fed up with it versus $50-$60.
Yeah. I hear you.
It's the cost of a coral. Why not?
Yeah,
it's like taking corn off the cob. Just get in there and get rid of it.
Yeah.
Break it down as far as you can and get a fox face, and he'll take it as it comes in.
Nice. Ooh. Trying to figure out how to screw in my control panel. I should magnet or just use a screw.
Whose video was I just watching?
Magnet.
It might have been Click Clack, and he had a fox face in there about the same size as his, not a damsel, those things Billy has. I can't think of the name of Chromis.
Chromis.
Yeah.
Yep.
He had a fox face in there smaller than his Chromis. I was like, that is the cutest thing I've ever seen.
Nice.
And he was just chewing away at the rocks. Like a nano fox face.
Awesome.
He won't be nano for long, but
No, because he was busy eating at the rocks.
Take it like that.
Mine's a big fat pig. He's not even the right shape.
is he a shape now?
Yeah, he's a shape, but he's not the right shape. Round the shape, right?
So you were asking me the other night, Dave, what I was doing. Like I was taking a rock out of my 180.
Yeah.
And that's I had put it in there from the 60 because it had some algae on it. So I just keep doing that. I'll take them from the 60, throw them in the 180, and they clean it up for me, and I put it back.
Yep.
The tank transfer method?
Yeah, exactly.
And I told you guys, my purple tang, if I pull out a colony to move it, I'm holding it in my hand thinking about where I'm going to put it. He comes over and starts cleaning it because he's like, hey, I couldn't get that spot, you know?
That's awesome. He's like, thank you.
I'll just hold it and let him freaking finish off.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's interesting how, you throw a frag in there, my wrasses one by one have to look it over.
Yep.
Yeah.
And there's a pecking order, it's always the biggest wrasse first.
Nice.
Or at least the meanest.
Yeah, that's it. Hey, what's up, Marine Tank Journey? What's that noise?
Sorry, that's me.
He's drilling.
Oh, I thought it was Dev typing on a manual typewriter.
Also valid
If
option.
that'll ever happen.
I'm just
I have to do it at work still. We have a manual typewriter at work.
like this. Screws through the conduit stuff to hold my front control panel place.
Oh, I gotcha.
I just mounted the Apex power bars on the top of it, and it's like leaning forward a little bit. It's bugging me.
Of course it was.
What's that supposed to mean?
You're a little anal.
OCD?
Just a little.
Do I hear a new voice on the Hangout? Sales asking. That could be Kuaku, it could be Devin. I'm not sure who's hearing.
It's me.
Maybe it's Dave.
Yeah, I'm never on live streams.
Yeah.
Who is this Dave guy?
Who's this nano tank guy who doesn't have a nano?
Yeah, false advertising.
Yeah, false advertising.
I got one.
Yeah, now you do.
It needs about 3 more inches of water in it. I just got to lift the last bucket and pour it in.
Nice. Beauty. I think this will work. Should be good.
Oh, I closed that. I was closing tabs and I closed that. You still got that link up, Jeeves?
I didn't think it down.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
Let's see what the shipping is like. They're going to make me buy a whole bunch of stuff to get free shipping. I think $7. Oh, but for $75, you get free shipping.
Oh, perfect.
Give me 6 of them. I'll never lose one again.
Yeah, until you lose them.
You select the following options first. Oh, size of tank.
So how many people are going to be showing up, Devin? Do you have any idea?
I think I counted roughly 9-ish, but
9, okay.
I told them 14 just to have some buffer.
Yeah.
And I said space by the big tank, if available.
Yeah, that'd be good. Yeah.
So there's another. They said they can only have one bigger group out there. And so there's some coming at 6. So if they're gone by then, they'll give it to us, or 5 or 6 or something. So we'll see.
Yeah. That would be good.
Yep. I'm staring at this board, debating how to mount everything.
Well, when you get it done,
Mm-hmm.
come over here
Yes.
and show me how to do mine.
Sounds good. Could be arranged.
I think I have to buy, like you just said, like earlier, a bunch of extension cords because there's no way that everything's going to reach one end of a 6-foot tank to the other. There's no way.
Even the heaters, like especially I want to go up and then over so I can hide all the wires in my conduit. That's gonna. But the problem is, how many extension cords can you fit in a conduit? Like they'll all have to be staggered to hopefully fit some. This is the issue with doing my control panel wall.
How big is the conduit that you're putting them through?
1.5 by 3 inch.
Okay.
It's like networking cable wire.
But I could mount a piece of whatever, like 2-inch or 3-inch PVC up in the back, right? Top back.
Yep. That'd be a good way to do
run it through that. Yeah.
Here. Once I find my cell phone, I'll show you. I don't know where my phone is. Ah, there it is. Okay.
Dave has control. You have control, Dave. Can you unlock my shop?
There you go. So check out.
What's going on?
Like, can you see the networking conduit?
I'm sorry. What do you guys need me to do?
Can
present
you
Devin?
Can you? Or do I have to run in and unpresent first?
Okay. So this stuff is awesome.
I did what I needed to do. Let's see.
Oh, fuck. Shit.
Careful.
Sorry.
You didn't just swear once.
Sorry.
I think it's still on your tank.
Okay, let me run in.
No, my laser.
Yeah, because I presented. Where is he?
He's the one spinning around.
Okay. That one?
That was bad. Hopefully it's waterproof.
Yeah, that's got it. Okay.
Yeah, 1 sec, sorry.
No, that's okay. I just wanted to make sure I was presenting.
Looking at something beige.
Yeah.
So, as I was mounting the Apex power bars earlier, I had the laser level sitting on top of the skimmer. And it wasn't high enough, so I put in a little chunk of plastic underneath it to raise it up. And I just went to grab that piece of plastic and forgot about the laser level just fell into my sump.
Oh, jeez.
So that's why I was panicking. I'm like, get it in the salt water. That wasn't cheap.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, rinse under tap water, drying it off. Sorry for the not exciting view of my counter.
It's just beige. We just see beige.
Okay, rinsed off the batteries. Just getting the salt water for everything quickly for safety precautions. Okay, there we go. Panic over. So there we go. I got this stuff, which is for like the data centers and network cables runs.
Oh yeah.
So I ran a big strip on the back, so it's a nice little thing to hide all my wires. And the Apex, I can be like, bloop, bloop, bloop. I don't know if I'll actually fit all these wires in there, so we'll find out. But hopefully, anyways, that's kind of my game plan.
Will you just tie wrap them inside then?
Yeah, and you just put a cover on it to hide it.
Oh, is it
little
cover?
things
Okay.
Poke inside, so you can just bend or break them wherever you want wires in.
Yeah. Okay.
I think that'll work well. So that's my plan. But right now I have this lovely, very neat mess of wires running the tank.
Yeah.
We've all had a spider web of wires at one point or another.
Oh, exactly.
Wire management.
I think it'll look good. Especially like...
Yeah, that's a great idea. Where did you get that from? Online or in town?
In town. At, somewhere off McCurdy, like an electrical supply place. It's called Panduit. Yeah, we got a nice little cover to hide it after. It was like $35 for like a 6-foot strip or something.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it'll be good.
Yeah, I like the look of that.
That's my nice all-in-one.
Yeah.
I literally have my return pump running into the filter sock, so it's just like its own little loop.
Yeah.
Just to keep my corals or rocks, whatever I didn't use, is still in there. Keep it alive for now.
Yep.
That's all my excitement.
Okay, so go up, pan up.
Take your time.
Pan up.
Still deciding on escape. There we go. That's up.
Oh, you don't have it? Oh, I thought you had it in there already.
I do have it in there. I'm just not showing you it.
Oh, I didn't see it.
I still got more rock. I'm still playing with my escape.
Well, you got tons of rock there.
Oh yeah, I bought way too much. can always sell it later if I don't use it, but
Yeah.
I want to give myself plenty of options. Yeah, you can have a sneak peek of this. Check out this little cool little mount that I made the other night.
Oh, yeah.
Very space efficient.
Just
Holds on the edge of
right
the
on
sump.
right on the corner of the sump. Yeah.
Yep. And I made little grooves for the feet, so it's like you'd have to smack it pretty good.
Yeah.
It's pretty darn stable. So yeah, I made little cutouts so the feet sit in it, and should be good. That was my latest creation. I still got to make a video about this guy. Maybe for Monday.
What is that thing?
It's a peristaltic pump, so I'm gonna use it to feed the calcium reactor.
Oh, okay.
But it's very like aquarium hobby friendly for pricing relative to like a Masterflex or something that's ridiculous and not really affordable.
Right. It's a doser on steroids.
Basically, it's made to run like 24 hours a day of continuous duty. So I'm going to use it to feed the calcium reactor.
So everything's running right now, and I don't hear anything. So you must have accomplished your goals.
Yeah, it's usually pretty quiet.
Yeah, I don't hear it.
Even like overkilled like silicone tubing just for fun. Not that I need it, but yeah, it's all about the silence.
Look how straight they are.
I know, right? It's almost like someone needs a laser to line these guys up.
That looks good.
Yeah, this is fun. To get this deception, you guys know the TV.
The TV's not a tank.
No,
the tank's just to your left, up a little bit to your left.
Right there. Right there.
Okay, now I see it. Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna play with the scape a bit more once I play with the control panel a bit more.
Yep.
Maybe tomorrow I'll give a sneak peek once I decide what to do with the scape. Okay, control panel wall. 2 screws popped in. Good enough.
So you mounted the bars on the back side of the
conduit.
No,
or which
bars? your
bars.
Yeah. So you mounted them. Okay, yeah. And then all your controls are on the other side of that.
Yeah. Well,
they will be. Yeah, they will be on the outer side. Yeah, right there.
So currently, my plan has only went as far as a row of Ecotech drivers, and that's all I've decided. Because now I'm thinking if I drew holes right underneath here, I can poke the wires to the bottom and run them along here for all the drivers for the Ecotech stuff. And then I'm debating if I should do like the ATK. Like, do I want all my stuff on the outside wall? Or I don't know. Like, I can probably have the Alcatronic in there, and then I'm debating if I'm going to use the doses again or not.
Okay.
Like, I might for like amino acids or something. I don't know. Still debating what to do with that.
Yeah,
you're not worried about the humidity in the sump at all with the wiring and stuff?
Not really.
Is the back going to be open for now?
Undecided. Previous stand it was. I only had the 2 sides on it, but I've debated if it's worth doing a lid on the sump. To be determined.
I'm thinking about putting a lid on the sump. I can get acrylic here pretty cheap. One of the local guys works at a glass and acrylic shop, and he will sell me scraps for pretty cheap.
Use polycarbonate if you do it. Acrylic will bow and warp over time.
Okay.
Polycarbonate will stay straight.
I could do those polycarbonate panels they sell at Lowe's then too.
Yep, that'd work. So far, none of the plumbing's leaking. It's a good sign.
Yeah. It's quiet.
Thank you.
So did you do the 245s or the 90s?
I did the 245s. Every once in a while I get a bit of noise out of it.
Okay.
Right now it's silent, but once in a while I hear a little bit. So I may change it to the 290s. We'll see. Still slowly tweaking it. I tuned the pumps last night, like the Vectra lowest modes and all that jazz. But so slowly. Doing a battery backup. I'm going to do the end cap here of the stand. This is the best place I can find to hide it.
Yeah. Yeah, just put a handle on that battery and you can pull it right up.
Yeah, I think, if I stack 2 of them on top of each other, or do one on each side, probably stack them. I could wire them together and I got a little trickle charger for it. I'll have to run a wire back over to the control panel side.
Yeah.
But I think that'll work. It literally fits like perfectly in there. But
Yeah.
like it maybe sticks out like a millimeter, which is like whatever, close enough.
Yep.
Ooh, is that close enough? It's too late to eat this up. It's tight.
So
Pretty close.
Show us your corners that some people are worried about.
My corners.
Your corners of your aquarium.
Why are people worried about the corners?
I don't know.
He just wants to see the tank.
Check that out.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that nice 45.
Have anybody ever seen that before?
I've never seen it.
No.
Special request.
Pretty awesome.
Yeah. Little polished edges, 45. That's kind of fun.
Yeah.
It's pretty blue. You can't really see much anyways.
You know what I like about that? A, it's clean, but B, when you think about it, it's going to be structurally stronger. You've got more surface area in each corner bonded with silicone.
Exactly. And there's much less silicone to worry about hitting when you're cleaning the edges. Because it's just a tiny bit layer in the edge. There's a few benefits. This took me freaking hours to clean out the core line off the back.
I can imagine.
That was a slow process.
Yeah.
Super slow process.
Would you soak it with vinegar or kept spraying vinegar on it? What did you do? Yeah.
Vinegar and water in a spray bottle and just kept spraying every 15 or 20 minutes. And
yeah.
Then I razor it, go back to it, razor it again, scrape it some more.
What was that you were cleaning?
The back wall of the tank. It was
his
pink
old
and
tank?
purple.
Oh, that's the old tank.
Yeah, that's the old tank.
Okay.
That's the new tank.
Ah.
Yep.
Jeez, I just want the old tank.
Yeah. Did you put the yellow tang and the hippo tang in the new tank?
No, I sold those guys to
I was wondering.
a guy from Salmon Art, I think.
Yeah. Okay, good.
And then if you know Jordan, I bought his when he shut down his tank. So they're living in a buddy's sump for the past month. So I gotta go get those soon.
Yeah. Okay.
Blue Carbon said, "Someone please tell Deb to have the emergency drain out of the water and not submerge. That way you can hear it if it's being used, and also air will not get trapped if it needs to kick in immediately."
He has 3 drains.
Yeah, look at
Yeah.
this is full siphon.
Being animal.
Drain, being animal. So this is emergency number 1. That's a trickle. This is emergency number 3. I probably should lower it a smidge more, but that's probably okay.
So I'm assuming your first emergency, your first backup that trickles constantly is below the water, and you got your other one above the water.
Yeah, so that's full siphon, turned down. This one just trickles. This one actually makes noise if it's
on
more than a
the
trickle.
bottom.
Yeah, no, that one's a problem. I see your logic, but the pipes make me happy now. This one actually does make noise, though. If there's anything more than a trickle, it makes a gurgly sound and noise.
Okay.
So this is instant heads up.
I'm just relaying the message.
No, that is good logic.
But I've heard that before, so that's why I'm trying to elaborate or figure it out a little more.
Does make sense. This is my play table of rock taking up my living room. As I endless hours playing Big Kid Lego.
Yeah.
Oh, your wife is so much better than mine. Do you want to trade?
I'm so glad I have an extra room in the house that I can do all that stuff in.
Oh, I do too, but I was running RO water earlier, and you should have heard the reaction I got when she got home because she needed to do laundry.
Why can't you do both at the same time?
Well, I run my RO water on top of the washer into my 5-gallon jugs. So if I forget about them and they overflow, it's got the entire washing machine to fill up before it hits the floor.
Gotcha. That's fair. Yeah. I'm trying to get this, for the most part, figured out so I can clean up the room and have a house again. It's been very taken over the last week or two.
Yeah, once you get rid of that tank, that'll free things up in there pretty good.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Got a fancy white CO2 canister I painted. Stoked to get this guy in there pretty quick. Might actually do this tonight.
I just think you have way too much time on your hands, Steph.
No, I don't. That's the problem. I have no light because I do all this stuff.
Yeah.
It's like, what do you do with your free time? It's like, well, I work on the tank, make YouTube videos, and I don't have any free time because it's all gone by for YouTube.
Yeah.
YouTube.
That's like what I don't do.
Huh?
That's the part of it I don't do.
YouTube?
Make YouTube videos.
It is a big time commitment. I often wonder why I put in so much time and effort.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
I can't be bothered with it.
Yeah. Debating if I'm going to use a dose again or not.
Hey, look, anything you don't want, you can welcome to ship to me.
Well,
yeah, or he can walk it over to me.
One of them will be for auto water changes down the road.
Yeah.
Like one's for sure for that. The other one, I don't know. Like, do I want it for trace elements or dose acro power or something? Not sure.
Yeah.
Like I was dosing acro power.
You could dose calc solution.
Yeah.
You got enough of it.
I gave away the big bag.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yeah. All right, you're losing video. My phone's dying. Here, go plug it in.
Okay.
Down to 20%. Back audio and for battery savings.
No problem.
A very short run of piping. Mine are 40 feet before the sump. Tapping a bigger bow. Yeah.
I almost don't want to put sand in this Pico.
No?
I spray painted the bottom black today, like on the outside, and as I'm looking at it, it actually looks pretty decent.
Just so dirty. I hate it. I hate my bare bottom.
That's my concern there.
What do you hate?
The bare bottom of my NEM tank. I hate it.
It just looks so much better with sand.
Yeah. So much
I'm
better.
doing black sand in it, so.
Nice.
I sprayed the bottom where if it gets blown out, it won't just show clear glass. You'll have the black under it.
Yeah.
Say it again?
If it gets a bare spot blown out in it.
Of the sand. Yeah.
Of the sand, yeah, you won't see the just clear glass and the wood underneath. You'll see black.
I did that on the new one too. Made it black on the bottom. Just in case. But I still want
I'm looking at it. I think I'm going to spray this acrylic top for it black. Or plastic top, at least part of it, the edges.
Yeah.
Here, hold on.
You doing a live stream tomorrow, Duff?
Yep.
You got a topic for it yet?
Nope. Any suggestions?
Any suggestions?
I thought about talking about like moving or upgrading a tank, since I have lots of recent experience on that one.
Sure.
Top 10 ways to crash a tank.
I have no experience in crashing a tank, though. I got nothing. Thankfully, I've never had to deal with that. So, either moving a tank, or maybe I'll actually just do an update, like a live update, and show my tank and what's new and where I'm at.
Yeah, like you did the last one,
Yeah, that one's actually got a ton of views. Like, that was a popular one. So, may do that. I don't know. If you got any suggestions, let me know. I'm kind of terrible lately. I've just been so busy and caught up with this that you should just pick something like that morning or that afternoon on my lunch break. I'm like, okay, what to do?
Yeah. So, are you worried about the bubble algae in the new tank, or?
I honestly I can't even find any right now.
Can't find
so
it,
not at the moment.
Yeah. But you can just use the fluconazole. You're gonna like if it pops its head back up, you'll fluconazole it.
I have enough for a 4 times dose in my old tank, so it's probably would work in the new tank.
Yeah. What happened, Jeeves? Were you gonna show us something and then you dropped out? Not sure what he did.
So far, no fish have jumped out. That's promising.
Oh, you have to get that. Your screen top won't fit, will it?
No, I got a new one. I just got to build it, like a little kit.
Well, you got this. Yeah.
Yeah, I got the D&D one.
Yeah.
I haven't decided if I'm going to go with the clear or black.
Yeah. I just couldn't imagine not having tops on my tanks. Like, I go through 10 gallons. I got a 10-gallon aquarium under there, and I go through that in about 3 days.
Yeah.
Four at the most.
Well, I have a 15-gallon tub in my last tank, and I could probably get a week and a half out of it, so should at least last at least a week on this one. Hopefully.
But I got 300 gallons, so it's...
Yeah.
Yeah. And the dehumidifier going. And, yeah.
Haven't resorted to that one yet.
Well, I have to, otherwise I'll be 60... without it, I'll be 60, 65% humidity in the house. Yeah.
Ooh, actually, where is my little meter? I'm curious to see what it says. If I can find it.
I fail to see a problem with that, K-Town.
Yeah, a little bit of a problem.
I live with that.
Yeah.
It's normal.
Yeah, well, here we don't. Yeah.
If I can find it, I have a little temperature/humidity meter somewhere. Lost in all my stuff. Someone just turned on the dehumidifier.
The dehumidifier? Oh, not me.
No?
Mine's full. Mine's shut off. It's full. I have to empty the canister.
Nah, I just turned on the microwave.
Microwave. That was a second guess.
Little heat pack.
Mm-hmm.
Little heat pack.
Yep.
A little sore right now.
That's no fun.
And I love that anemone tank, K-Town.
Yeah. It needs some work, but once I get Devon sand in there, I'll be happier. And then I got to do something with the rock, but it's coming.
Come pop by afterwards tomorrow night.
Okay, I'll bring some buckets. Okay.
Before or after, whatever works.
Well, it depends on what time I get home. We'll see. If I get home early enough, I'll do it before.
That's good.
How many buckets should I bring?
Probably two is probably good.
Two? Okay.
I'm sure four. Yeah, probably two. Yep. Get my...
Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to build a stand for this little neck Pico.
Yeah.
You can just set that one on the counter somewhere, bud. It's so tiny.
Well, when you clear that with my wife, let me know.
Yeah. Okay.
I suggested 3 separate places on counters, and all of them got vetoed heavily.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So small that it hardly takes up any room. Put
I
it
tried
on
that one before. The counter didn't win.
I was talking about building last night one for a 20 because it'll fit on a 20 footprint. It'll just be narrower. I may end up just buying one for now to use, or I have this little end table now that I can use, but it's about 6 inches shorter than my desk.
Yeah.
Then I'll always be looking just at the top of the tank when it's sitting on the desk.
Top down's a nice view. There's some merit there.
Yep.
Love top down views. So I have a question. Can I still call my tank the shallow reef since it's not a shallow anymore?
Well, yeah, but it's not 24.
Oh, that's fair. So it counts? Perfect.
Then I would say, because 24 kind of seems like a standard, 24 or taller, right?
Yeah. Okay. It's 22, so I'm safe.
Yeah. So theoretically, I would consider that a
shallow.
Shallow. Yeah.
Okay, works for me.
Yeah, it's the same, just about the same height as a 75.
Yeah.
75, a 55, or 21 and a half, somewhere around there.
All right.
100 gallons, only 20 inches tall.
So you have a shallow reef too?
Yeah, there you go, man.
Alrighty.
My old one was really long and shallow, but this one looks more taller, beside it at least.
Yeah.
I do like the extra height though. It does this even just swimming space. The 4 inches made a big difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for the bigger fish, so but it does. Yeah.
Swimming space and coral growth space.
Yep, pretty much. go up with coral.
Okay, somebody I've never heard of may jump in here, so we'll have to see.
They call it the reefing. Who is this newcomer?
It's like when you drop a new tang in a tank full of tangs, huh?
Yeah. Show us all. Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
Yeah, there we go.
Yep. Easy
Well,
come, easy go.
it was way better than what happened to you, so I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
What was that?
Who knows? Just some kids having fun.
There seems to be a lot of trolls tonight.
Yeah, it's the first time.
I don't know if you've noticed, Lisa's been slinging wrenches.
Oh, I know. She was working hard. First time I've ever. It's my turn, I guess.
Yep. Hey, I finally got one not too long ago. A couple weeks ago.
Yeah. No, I remember. I was on with you then.
I know. That's the first one I think I've actually had.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
AL's getting ready to throw wrenches already.
I think that was AL. Yeah, there we go. You gotta get. Yeah, we gotta get.
Hey, what's cracking, cuz? Hey, what's cracking, y'all?
Yeah. We gotta get the link off.
Fishing ain't easy.
Yeah. And then we go find that guy. Oh, AL's already on it.
Yeah. There should be a way to block him in your Hangouts where he can't jump back in.
No, I'm ready for him. It's all good. All good. Yeah, just kids trying to have some fun.
Yep.
So, Tina, were you able to get a link? I don't know if she was able to or not through all that commotion. I don't know if, AL, do you have Lisa's email by chance? I don't have it. Or not Lisa, Tina's.
I'm talking to a guy from Vancouver who's going to pop by tonight. He's like, how far away from the Delta? I'm like, 15 minutes. I'm like, nothing's that far in Kelowna.
No.
It's not like Vancouver where you drive like an hour to get somewhere.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Hey, Tina.
Hey.
Hey.
Hey, Tina.
What's up, everybody?
Doing okay. Sorry to hear about your family member there.
Thank you.
It's not fun. Oh, here we go again.
Been a rough few.
Sorry, what's that?
Said it's been a rough few days.
Yeah, no doubt. I agree, Al. Because I mean, come on. How do I block? I can't block, so. How do you block them from coming in?
I'm not sure, to be honest. You can kick them or you can mute them.
Well, I kick him, but then he just keeps coming back. Whatever. I'll just keep kicking him.
Yeah, they'll get bored eventually.
Exactly. There we go. Somebody's quicker than me.
There should be a way to ban them.
I can't. I don't know.
He's using multiple accounts.
Yeah.
Big dig. Big dig. Big dig.
Yes, you are.
Maybe I shouldn't have asked to come in. That way you wouldn't have put the link out.
Doesn't matter.
It's all my
Lesson learned.
fault.
No, it doesn't. It is what it is.
Yeah. Jerks will be jerks.
Yeah. Give something for Ale to do now. He can have fun.
Tropiano,
Hey, how's it going, buddy?
The only thing you can do would be to shut this Hangout down and launch a new one.
Yeah, and just start another one. Yeah. Well, we'll see if it.
And then you'd probably have to send emails or something like that to invite people to come in.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see what happens here. We'll give it another minute. Oops. We'll just throw a whole bunch of wrenches in here.
Hey, women have no rights. Women have no rights.
Is that you ejecting them? Do you? Because I try to, and somebody's beating me before I even get to it.
Or he's jumping out.
Women have no rights, huh?
You didn't know
that? I didn't know that.
Yeah, he must be jumping out. Okay, let's. I'm going to shut this down. I'm going to start up.
Yeah, because you can get your channel.
Yeah, it's just going
that's
to
what I
keep
would
happening.
do.
Yeah, and then I'll get some emails out.
You got mine?
No, but when I start up the new one, just put it in the chat real quick, and it won't show it because
African American.
Wow. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys.
No, you good, Tina.
Well, it's my fault that the jerk got in.
No.